Hi, Jeff.
Go fucking Cougs.
Go fucking Cougs, man.
All right, folks, as you might hear from my voice, this is right after the game. We are at Marco Polo, hanging out, getting some, hydration.
And our first meal since 9:30 breakfast burritos. It is almost 6 p.m.
We had breakfast burritos. I had a pretzel partway through the game. By the way, this is on my phone. We're going to have to, pass this back and forth in order for things to work here. So
yeah, Jeff, holy shit, dude. Holy shit. First and goal from the 9-yard line. The Washington Huskies had down 5 with less than 2 minutes to play. What were you thinking at that very moment?
Well, what I was thinking was, fuck. Look, I didn't think we were screwed necessarily, but, I was like, this is not good. It's not good. But I did see a lot of, I looked on Twitter, looked in some places, and people were getting, they were getting pessimistic after the guy caught the long pass, before they even got inside the 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, well, folks, we're still winning. The game's not over. The game's not over. And then
having the lead is a hell of a thing.
Yes, right? They are the ones who have to put the ball in the end zone. And, they got down to the 2. And I was like, okay. And then, the defense. And I think, my favorite part of that was Washington called timeout. They called timeout to make sure to get in the play they wanted. That was the play they wanted.
And they ran an option play with Will Rogers.
You think that's a bad idea?
I think it might be, but I love that they did it, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's a great fucking idea. As you guys can hear, my voice is shot at this point. There was a lot of yelling. There was a lot of crying after the game.
A lot of hugging.
I was not anticipating.
A lot of running onto the Lumen Field turf.
Yes, there was that. We were on the turf. We had to climb over the rails in a very orderly fashion, as we befitting the elderly people that we are at this point.
Shout out Evan again.
I know. Evan was sitting right behind us. Evan with the magic link. That was amazing. We saw so many people from the Podcast versus Everyone community today. We had Rick sitting down from us.
Got a great picture with Rick that I put on my Instagram. It's so good.
Yep, it was you and I after the game, just yelling our faces off. It reminded me of our 2019 MLS Cup picture when the Sounders won.
Absolutely, with my sister. We're all just beyond happy, beyond it. It's just ridiculous. Have no idea what's going on in that moment. Just when they made that stop, and then it wasn't even the picture we took. We were still so stressed that they could run out the clock, and then thank you Huskies for penaltying so many penalties so that we could just kneel it down.
The Husky who was sitting in front of us was very displeased by the penalty imbalance. He thought that was very unfair, and I was like, dude, then quit fucking cheating. Quit committing penalties. What do you want? So, yeah, when Washington kind of handed it to us at the end, I don't know. There was that, and then, I mentioned, I was sort of, very emotional after the game. You were very emotional after the game. I did not realize how much this was going to mean to me. And it seems very silly to me to be so emotionally tied to the outcome of a fucking football game. I know. So Craig is rubbing my back right now because my best friend knows me. It feels a little silly, but also at the same time, given how much we love our school, given how much shit has gone on, and how much of it was because of that fucking school, to fucking hand it to them like this was just unbelievable.
Just fucking incredible. There was so many Huskies, even in the Cougs section. Jeff and I got a little feisty a couple times with but then they knew to not talk to us after that because I don't think they knew who they were fucking with. But yeah, it was just incredible. Like, and the way they won, like just to have a fourth down stop on the goal line when it just seemed like UW was going to inevitably take the lead, and we were just hoping to hold on to that. Also, I have to point out, this is the first Apple Cup that Jeff and I have ever watched together. Like, not on TV, not in person. It's like literally we both went to the 2015 Apple Cup, but we weren't sitting together. We like tailgated before, and then we didn't even tailgate that much after that. But this is the first time. I said that in the first half, and then in my mind I was like, we have to fucking win this game now, because I've never watched an Apple Cup with my best friend. And dude, you're exactly right. You start these days and you're like, this is going to be the best day of my life or the worst day of my life. And we're going to put our effort into this day. And either we're just going to be so pissed and taking a bus back to Tacoma immediately after the game, or we're going to be so deliriously happy that we're crying and we're standing on Lumen Field's turf and taking pictures and laying. And it's just like, what a fucking day. And the Cougs went out and did that shit. Like against, like you said, the fucking team that wrought all this pain on us. And we said, fuck you. We're going to beat you in this bullshit neutral site with Big Ten refs, with fucking 80% UW fans. Neutral site, I'm putting my fingers in quotations, field. And they went out and won. Like, with fucking John goddamn Mateer and that goddamn defense, dude.
Yeah. Neutral site was very funny. First of all, it was probably, what do you think, like 2/3, 1/3, 2/3 Huskies, about 1/3 Cougs?
Yeah, at the very least, yeah.
Okay, so there was that. And then, like, inside the stadium, now, there's a guy I'm friends with on Twitter named Darren who's great. I love him. He's a Husky. He works like the stadium stuff, the PA and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
And like he like tweeted at me and was like, I swear to God, we're playing it right down the middle. And I'm like, ah.
They seemed a little more excited when UW got first downs.
Yeah. The guy announcing was pretty excited when Husky things happened. Now, I mean, I think they did a pretty good job of balancing to some degree, like getting loud for Cougar stuff or whatever. But like, it was also like, very much sort of feeling tilted. And maybe I'm just a sensitive asshole. I don't know. But
I mean, we're definitely both sensitive assholes.
Yeah.
I think we proved that in like the first quarter.
Yeah, when the fucking guy behind us was like...
Yeah, he said something like, he was like, I've never seen two grown men celebrate what another grown man do with so much. And we're like, we turned around, we're like, fuck you, dude. Like, and then they left for like a quarter.
Yeah. And this was on Mateer's first running touchdown, right? Like, and I didn't even hear him say that. All I know was I was losing my shit. I was jumping around so hard my phone fell out of my pocket, which also happened again later on Mateer's second touchdown. But like, all I know is I turned and Craig's like looking at this guy and I'm like, oh shit, it's on. All right, what'd he say? Let's go.
Jeff literally had no idea, but he was like ready to fight. But
Didn't care.
Also, that guy was such a shithead. I don't give a shit, man.
Total shithead. He was sitting there with like his Coug friend.
No, he told us that he won because we reacted, which I don't need to tell you what that means. You can make your own like decision on that, but yeah.
Yeah, if that's how you define winning and losing, I don't know. I define winning and losing by kicking the shit out of the Huskies. That's how I define it.
Yeah, I think we won. I looked at the score when we were standing on the 50-yard line at Lumen Field at the end of the game, and I saw that the Cougs had more points than the Huskies. Did you see that, Jeff?
I did. I saw that, and unlike Husky Stadium, they left the score up for a while, which was very cool.
Yeah, like when we won in 2021 and I was also standing on that field, they got rid of that score so fast, but Lumen Field left that shit up for us to take pictures and just revel in. It was so great.
All right, so we will dive like deeper into like the nuances of the game later, whatever. I know I want to watch the broadcast again, but like just sort of like initial thoughts. So for me, like kind of the biggest stat was the defense. Like they did not give up. They gave up some big plays, obviously, but not too many. They only gave up 19 points. Like that's a hell of an effort.
Absolutely. I think it's a hallmark of defenses under Dicker. Like, yardage is going to happen, but points aren't going to happen. And that's 2 weeks in a row where yardage happened, but points did not happen for the other team. And then they also just stepped it the fuck up when they needed to and made literally like a goddamn goal line stand that we will talk about for the rest of our lives. And then like generations after us will be like, yeah, like I saw that on TV or whatever. Yeah, it's amazing, dude. It's fucking amazing.
On Twitter I saw, or maybe it was a text, but I can't remember at this point. But somebody compared it to the fourth down stop against UCLA in 1997. And I was like, it kind of does feel like that. Like it was just such a huge fucking play. And look, I mean, it's hard not to look ahead at this point. We're 3-0.
And we're going to be favored probably in every game but at Boise State.
I mean, at this point, are we sure we're not going to be favored? Like, we might really be favored in every game going forward. And it's like, when you look at the path to the college football playoff, look, I understand that's a pipe dream. I understand. Like, we're going to be treated the same as Notre Dame. Like, we're going to have to legitimately be like a top 12 team to get into the playoff. Like, I get that, but also, what if we go 11-1 or 12-0? Like, what the fuck is going to happen?
And honestly, at this point, is it even like crazy to think that we could do that? Yes, we have 2 Cougs burgers over here. Oh, sorry.
Never mind, that's theirs. Sorry, we were looking for our Cougs burgers.
Sorry, ours were with fry sauce, but Bob wants fry sauce, so get him some fry sauce. But yeah, like it's just like it's crazy to think. And even before this game, you were like thinking like, Greg Powers. Yeah,
Greg Powers. All right, there's our burgers. Yes, yes, me too. Thank you. All right, our burgers showed up. Uh-oh, now we got Thunderstruck. Brad Logan's over there. Oh, shit. Uh-oh.
I need some beer. I need a beer. Why didn't you go buy 12 beers?
There you go, Craig. Brian Logan coming through in the clutch. All right, folks. You're about to get Thunderstruck live on the podcast.
Yeah. Thunder. No, yeah. So if you don't want Thunderstruck, who's drinking? Where are we at?
I don't know where we are right now. I don't know. Everybody's still holding their beer up. Are we drinking yet?
I'm eating some French fries while I wait.
Yeah, this is not making for great podcasting. All right, so defense was amazing. John Mateer.
Dude, that 3rd and 20 touchdown run at the end of the first half is one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. Yes. Like, I cannot believe, like, you talk about expected outcome versus result. That is 1 in a goddamn million. Your quarterback runs for a 30-yard touchdown. Incredible, dude. Fucking incredible.
I think the thing that impressed me the most about him was that, like, we knew he was going to have to throw the ball. And he did throw the ball. He threw it well enough. To win the game. He did what he does with his legs.
I think you could say it was his best, like, game with his arm, like, of the season so far. And because he started out really well. That first drive, we were moving down. And honestly, let's think about, we missed a field goal, a close field goal. We failed a 4th down, and we still won the goddamn game, dude. Like that was our game, and we won it.
Yep. And I think, like, you know, obviously Mateer had the 2 interceptions. The first one was just, you know, badly underthrown. But like if I'm gonna take, so there were 2 things there. One is there were reports of a defensive holding on that. So there's that. The other thing, honestly, is that I'm more encouraged by the fact that Kyle Williams was getting past the defenders a lot, right? Mateer's going to dial in those throws eventually.
We got a lot of yards from holding and pass interference penalties because our receivers, particularly Williams, were roasting them. And then we got a lot of yards from that, and that's amazing.
And everyone was talking about how, oh, it's me. Sorry, I got a drink. Okay. So anyway, like, all I heard coming up to this game was UW's DBs are so good. And I think they are, but our receivers, like, they were getting open a lot. They were winning their matchups.
Well, here's the thing. There's a couple things that make me feel really good about this win. Is that UW's defense is good. And our receivers were doing well, and John also got some of his runs, and he was throwing the ball well. And then the second thing, obviously, is how we performed against their offense, their defense against our offense. There's just a lot, there's so much good about this beyond the fact that we just could beat the goddamn Huskies again.
Yeah. Like, there was nothing fluky about this. Nothing fluky at all. And the offense did their thing. Mateer ran the ball, threw it well enough. And I love the way that Arbuckle came out. I love the way Arbuckle came out and was like, okay, they're going to gear up to stop the run. We're going to throw the ball. I feel good enough about my quarterback to throw the ball. And they did. Now, I did not anticipate Josh Meredith being wide receiver 1.
I haven't even looked at the stats, but he must have had over 100, honestly.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. He probably had 8 targets, 9 targets, something like that.
I see Goldfingers walking into Marco Polo.
Oh, DJ Goldfinger is here.
He's
okay.
Coming. DJ Goldfinger walking to Marco Polo.
Anyway.
We also saw Andy and Chase Dash Dog earlier.
Yep.
It's literally like outside of the game is all felt like Pullman. It's felt so fucking cool, dude. I've loved this whole experience of this day.
Yep, and I guess we could probably wrap it up now so we can eat our burgers.
Yeah.
But just so fucking excited, so happy. We'll have a regular podcast later this week, but I just can't even describe how, like, happy this makes me, how happy it makes me to be here with you, Craig. Like, just, like, to win this game against those people at this moment, which is unbelievably amazing.
Against those people, in front of those people.
Yes. So, anyway, with that, I guess, go fucking Cougs, Craig.
Go fucking Cougs.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Join the union.
Support and join the union. Yep. Go fucking Cougs.
Go Cougs.